Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jeanette Martin of My BC Consulting. You know, the Move Your Bum Chum Consulting Company, where on Monday afternoon, it is 1 o'clock here in the West Coast of Canada. I bring you connections that I've known for a long time, I've recently met, or I want you to know who they're all about by asking those 5 magic questions that start with who, what, where, when, and why. So without further ado, see, that kind of rhymes. I love it. So who are you?
Hi, my name is Wendy Matthews. I am 57 years old. I was born and raised in British Columbia, BC strong. Yeah, I'm a mom of 2 daughters and multiple foster kids. My husband and I have been married for 35 years and together for 37 years.
So Wendy, what are 5 who, you've said a couple of the who hats you wear in life, your
Okay.
mom and your foster mom. What are a couple of other who hats that you wear in life?
I am a business owner. I have a company that is called Neverland Farm, and we make goat's milk soap and natural bath and body products. Um, so that's one other who. I'm a mom, as I said. I have 2 beautiful daughters who are both married and have amazing son-in-laws. I am a foster mom. I am a teacher. I was a special needs teacher for many years. So I've worked with uh, kids with extreme special needs you have no idea the things I've done. Um, I'm a sister. I have brothers in Alberta and up on the coast, on the Sunshine Coast in Seychelles, and an auntie to a multitude of beautiful nieces and nephews.
So when you say you make goat milk soap and bath products,
Both,
what are
yes, both.
bath products, bath and body products? That's tough to say really
It
quickly.
is.
So when did you decide that you wanted to make those?
Oh, that is, I never actually decided I wanted to make them.
Okay.
We were living on a small property. It was about 2.5 acres, and a friend of ours who was from back in Alberta and Saskatchewan called himself the frustrated farmer. So he saw that we had property and we didn't have anything on it, so he decided to ask slash bring some animals over. So we wound up with a bunch of goats that needed milking. So I learned how to milk a goat because he wasn't living on the property, so I had to do it. And I learned how to make cheese and I learned how to do all sorts of things. And then one day our goat stuck her foot in a full bucket of milk and you can't make cheese. So
Right.
and my mama taught me you don't waste anything.
So did
So
mine.
we decided to give it a shot. And he was very smart and he came up with a formula. And basically we used what we had in the kitchen, which was goat's milk and canola oil. And that was the only ingredients other than lye that you have to have lye to make soap. And that was it. And so we made our very first batch of soap and we let it sit for 3 months. Didn't realize that we only needed to let it sit for 6 weeks. And then I cut my first piece off of it and went and had a bath, and that was it. I never will go back to store-bought ever again. There's no chemicals, there's no preservatives. It is just pure beauty. And I couldn't believe how soft my skin was. Um, I was doing this, I was touching my face and touching my arms, and my husband's looking at me, he goes, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, "I feel pretty." And he's like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "I feel pretty."
Mm.
And of course, the first thing he does is right all over me. And I'm like, "No, no, no, go have your own bath. You can now go and be your own person and have your feel it for yourself." And we never looked back. That was 9 years ago. And
Wow.
from there, I started learning about herbs and what good things herbs can do for our bodies and what natural ingredients can do for us. And I've just experimented from there. I was taught by a First Nations healer how to make some salves out of First Nation plants. So I go out into the bush and I cultivate First Nations products such as Devil's Club, which is nasty stuff if you get it stuck in you. It's within minutes you'll be get an infection. But the theory is that the most powerful medicine is the stuff that protects itself the best. And Devil's Club is known also as North American ginseng, and it is also known as a cure-all. So it is crazy good for so many things. It's anti-inflammatory. You can take it internally. You can use it as a salve. So I make salves out of it. Use it in my bath bombs for our adult bath bombs. We make with an infused oil of Devil's Club and arnica, and for pain and relaxation and all sorts of wonderful things.
Wow.
So that's a little bit, just a little bit.
Wow. So where can people find your products, and where can they go to buy your products?
Well, we have a small store set up in our house. It takes up, we have what was a huge master bedroom. We turned it into a suite when my mom lived with us, and now it's my shop, my store. So you can come to the house, which is in Mission. We live in Mission on Wolf Road, out the back of Silverdale. So we're kind of on the cusp of Maple Ridge. And you can find it there, or you can get a hold of us on Facebook. Look up Neverland Farm Mission, BC, or you can find us on the web. Our website is neverlandfarmcanada.com.
So Wendy, to wrap this up, what's your why in life?
Ooh, my why. I am a caregiver. I'm the type of person, I'm a healer. I want to help people. My husband and I went through a rough time in our lives where we made very little money. And I'm getting emotional. You couldn't afford the things that were good for you, right? You got junk food because it was the cheapest. You couldn't afford to go and buy things that were organic. You couldn't go and afford to buy things that were pure and good for you. So we struggled for a lot of years with lack of funds. So my goal and my why is to provide really good products that are good for you, that are reasonably priced, that anybody can afford. So you can afford to buy something that is going to help you, that's going to take care of your body, that's going to heal you, and you don't have to feel that you're taking food from your family or taking things from your life that you really need.
Right. So I'm just going to wrap this up by a little known fact that I'm going to share with you. Wendy and I have known each other for 30 years, 30 plus years. And it's just been recently, and probably the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, that we recognized, with conversation going back and forth, that Wendy used to work for me at Antel's in Coquitlam back in the late 80s. I think it was the 80s, early 90s.
I would have been 21, 22. It was just before I got married. So yeah, we're talking 36 years ago.
There you go. So isn't it beautiful that when you stay connected, you go deep and you ask these questions? Now off camera, I'm going to have a whole bunch of questions for Wendy, because it's just the tip of the iceberg that I do know of Wendy. So if you want to reach out to Wendy, when you want to reach out to Wendy, we'll make sure that she puts the information into the chat box with her website and all that rest of that good stuff, because Christmas is coming up, and why not give a gift that's going to help heal versus just taking something off the shelf that you don't know anything about. Now you know the maker. Thank you so much, Wendy, for sharing a part of your W5 story with me today. And stay tuned for next Monday, because I'm going to be bringing you another one on the Where in the World Is ... a W5 story session. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. How's that?